Hey guys, I'm gonna walk you through some of the questions on your worksheet. So we're gonna look at the sum and difference of cubes. I'm gonna do 2 examples that are the sum, and I'm gonna do 2 examples that are the difference. I'm gonna start with number 1 on your worksheet, and it's x to the third plus 125. And so the first thing you need to do is we'll make sure that they're both cubes. Well, this is x times x times x, and the 125, if you remember from the previous video, is 5 times 5 times 5. So both of these are cubes, and so I have the sum of cubes. And so the rule for the sum of cubes is going to be, well, first, before we even get to the rule, well, what times itself 3 times? What did I multiply by itself 3 times to get x to the cubed? And that's going to be our a. So a is going to be whatever the cube root of this is, which is x, right? I got x cubed by doing x times x times x. And b is going to be, well, what did I multiply by itself 3 times to get the 125? And that is 5. 5 times 5 is 25, times another 5 is 125. So the rule for the sum of cubes is a to the third plus b to the third equals, so this is a to the third and this is b to the third, a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. So these are rules that are not given to you on your Regents exam. You do need to memorize them. And so the way I remember it is with when I'm adding or I have the sum, the first is positive, the second is negative. And then we'll talk about what it would look like when we are subtracting. All right, so this is really gonna equal, well, I know that a is x, so I have x. I know that b is 5, so x plus 5. I have a squared, so that's x squared, minus a, which is x, and b, which is 5, plus b squared, which is 5 squared. So I'm really with x plus 5 x plus 5 times x squared. Well, we know that this isn't written this way. It's written as minus 5x plus 25. And that is how you factor it. Right, so when you have the sum of cubes, you're going to use this rule, and I always write the rule first before I start substituting so that I don't make mistakes. Okay, I'm going to also do number 4, which says a to the third plus 27. Okay, and so I know it's a little confusing because we have a here and we talked about a and b here, but just write your rule out. So a to the third plus b to the third is a plus b, a squared minus ab plus b squared. And now we just need to identify, well, what are a and b? Well, in this case, a is, well, what did I multiply by itself 3 times to get a to the third? It's just going to be a. And what times itself 3 times gives you 27. And you can always reference back to that chart that we made in the other video or create your own. And this is, b is going to be 3 because 27 is 3 times 3 times 3. It's 3 to the third. Okay, so if I'm writing this out, this is really going to equal a plus b. Well, a is a and b is a positive 3. And then I have a squared minus a times b, which is 3, plus 3 squared. So this is really just a plus 3 times, well, a squared minus 3a plus 9. And you always do want to look and make sure whatever's inside of these parentheses, even these, is it factorable? Can I factor anything out? Can I factor out a GCF? Can I factor it into 2 sets of parentheses? In this case, we cannot factor it. The factors of 25 are 1 and 25 and 5 and 5, and neither one of those pairs can give us -5. And here the factors of 9 are 1 and 9 and 3 and 3, and neither of those pairs can combine to give us a -3. So these would be our final answers.